Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. My name is Sophie, for those of you who may be new here, and if you are, welcome and thank you so much for your subscription. As you can see, I am still over at my parents' house. I will definitely be back at my place back on Monday. Tomorrow's Father's Day. So you will see the traditional setup that I have. This is temporary. So yeah, every card that I pull, I will show you. I will repeat it. You will know every single card that I pull for you. And I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. All my basic menu of readings can be found pinned at the bottom of the chat there. Starting with my basic mini reading that consists of one question and 5 cards, and that is a donation amount of $7.77 if you donate using Cashapp, Venmo, or PayPal. If you need to use SuperChat, it is $9.99. And then I also offer my full reading, which is 10 cards, and that can just be one question or split into 2 5-card questions, and that is a donation amount of $14.14, unless you need to use Super Chat, in which it is $20.20. And then finally, I offer my in-depth reading, which I highly recommend. That is 15 cards. That can be just one full reading, split into 2, one 10-card reading, one 5-card reading, or split into 3 5-card readings individually. And that is a donation amount of $21.21. Unless, again, you need to use Super Chat, in which it's $29.29. I answer a lot. I'd say the majority of the readings that I answer would be love and romance readings. A lot of my clients come to me specifically asking for the OG love reading. Newer clients will come to me and ask, what are so-and-so's thoughts towards me? What are their feelings towards me? I always recommend my OG love reading for those of you who are curious about how someone is regarding you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic person. I've done this reading for people's friends, family members, coworkers, you name it. If you're just curious how someone is regarding you right now, I highly recommend this reading. And it's at no additional donation amount. It could be done with a mini reading, a full reading, or an in-depth reading, and it answers 5 questions in one, 3 major questions in one, but 5. It answers what their current thoughts are towards you, their current feelings, their current intentions towards you, their general energies towards the connection between you and them, and your general energies between the connection and you and them. So yeah, highly recommend that. We definitely go deep there. Very comprehensive. I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. And again, while I often read these are often read for romantic soulmates, it does not necessarily have to be a romantic soulmate. I have done this reading for folks who are wondering if a friend is a soulmate of theirs, or if a family member is a soulmate of theirs. And the question can be asked in one of 2 different ways. The first way that we can ask is we directly ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if the person who you are connected with is indeed a soulmate of yours. If the answer is yes, they'll explain why and in what context. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not. And then alternatively, we could also ask your spirit guides instead. We could ask them if they give their divinely ordained blessing towards the connection between you and this person. And if they do, that is definitely a yes. That is definitely a yes in terms of a romantic soulmate partner. That is a confirmation there. And that is a donation amount of $16.16, unless you need to use Super Chat, in which it's $23.23. And consists of 10 cards. And speaking of soulmates, I also offer past life regression readings. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was very, very young, and there's really no limit to the intention behind what we ask Spirit to illustrate. I realized about 2 years into my professional practice that I was able to channel people's past lives, regress them through tarot about 2 years into my professional practice. And I found I was channeling it usually when people would ask for just general messages from spirit, I realized I was channeling people's past lives, and now we can ask with intent, and there's no limit to the intent you can ask. Very popular one, of course, is asking spirit to illustrate a past life of yours that can help you navigate this life the most effectively. We can ask spirit to illustrate a past life of yours that can explain an irrational fear or a recurring dream or nightmare. There's really no limit to what we can ask spirit to illustrate in terms of one of your past lives, of which we have many. Some of us have more than others, depending on how old of a soul we are, but most of us have quite a few past lives, and none of them are similar. It is very rare that past lives are very similar. You'll see some recurring characters. Definitely soulmates will be returning in people's past lives. I've definitely seen that for sure. But yeah, endlessly fascinating. And past life readings are a donation amount of $19.19, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which they're $27.27. Hi, Austin. Welcome. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling well. I also offer mediumship readings. I can communicate with those who have passed on. While I am at my parents' until Monday, I am not able to do my mediumship readings because I don't have my materials with me. But if you are interested in communicating with a loved one who is no longer with us on this earthly plane, I am here for you. I would be honored to communicate with them for you. I do ask that I do need their name, their date of birth, their date of passing, and their relation to you before checking to see if I can communicate with them. 95% of the time I can, but there are certain cases where people reincarnate or people are not able to communicate, especially if they very, very recently passed, although that has actually proven me wrong over the past few years. I've definitely gotten in touch with folks who have recently passed. So I don't really know what the rules are, but from my professional observations, this is what I have found. So yeah, I just ask that you you give me your loved one's information. It's super helpful if you can provide a photograph of them, but it's not mandatory. But it just helps me see if I can communicate with them. And if it's a yes, you don't have to ask ever again. Also, it costs nothing for me to ask and see if they are available to communicate with. And again, if the answer is yes, it is a yes, and we don't need to ask again. And those are a donation amount of $35.35 if you donate using PayPal, Cashapp, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, they are $50.50. And then I also offer private readings. I offer two different types of private readings. The first one I offer is by appointment only. Simply send me an email or message me over on Instagram to schedule your private reading. I do those over Zoom. So you see the cards for those of you who know my channel and the normal setup. You see my cards, you see the table, because the table's so interesting. You see the table with the cards. You can hear me, you see me, I can hear you, I can see you if you want me to see you. But it's just a Zoom meeting, private, one-on-one, me and you, on your time. You can give me all the context and backstory that you need. There's no limit to the number of questions that we can answer, so long as it's within the allotted time, and oftentimes we can extend the time if you need. Yeah, I highly recommend getting a private reading with me. It helps me understand you better as a person, and helps you understand me better as a reader. And I really recommend it, again, at least one time, especially if you're going through something that has multiple layers to it, multiple issues, multiple questions. It can really help lay the foundations for future readings. And thank you so much, Just Me. Thank you so much for the jewels. Thank you. And then the second type of private reading that I offer is at no additional donation amount. It is for reasons of privacy and convenience. If you don't see me online and you have a question you want me to answer, you need me to answer for you, just send me your donation with your question and I can answer it for you at the very latest in 24 hours, but I can usually do it in 1 to 3 hours. And I answer those questions over voice memos, privately over DMs on Instagram, or typed via email. And we just received a donation from Miss Mercedes. Hey girl, hey! How are you? Hi love, how are you doing? I'm doing well, love. I'm over at my parents' house. It was my mom's birthday last weekend, and it's Father's Day tomorrow. So, yeah, I've been here for the week. I went out of town for a couple days earlier this week. It's been a good week. Hope you're doing well. Did you have multiple questions, or did you did you want a multiple card reading? Yeah, it was lovely, girl. I went up to Calistoga. The weather's so nice up there. I'm sure the weather's nice where you are too. It's nice where I am, where my parents are, but geez, San Francisco's freezing. One question. You got it, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. B and I got into a fight and we aren't speaking. I want to know advice from Spirit. Should I reach out or should I stay silent and let him reach out? Okay. And what's B's sign again? So yeah, so I'll ask this. Do you want me to ask? I mean, it's going to be the same answer, but what would you prefer if you ask if should I ask Spirit if should Mercedes reach out to B, or should Mercedes stay silent and wait for B to reach out to her, or should Mercedes stay silent because we don't know. Well, if we ask if you should stay silent, okay, I'll let me think. Okay, because if you should stay silent. I'm going to ask if you should reach out to him. I'm going to ask if you should reach out to him. Because we'll see why or why not. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B after their argument? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B after their argument? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B after their argument? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B after their argument? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B after their argument? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B after their argument? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Mercedes be the one to reach out to B? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Mercedes reach out to B after their argument? Masters and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? Masters and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? Masters and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? Masters and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? Masters and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? Masters and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? Masters and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? Masters and spirit guides. Should Mercedes reach out to B? And we just received a donation from Jen. Thank you so much, love. Let me quickly add you here. All right, Mercedes. We have the Chariot, King of Swords reversed, the Hierophant, Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, Nine of Wands, Three of Swords, the Fool reversed, Four of Swords, Knight of Swords reversed, Five of Pentacles, and Eight of Pentacles. Give me just a moment here. This is a rather confusing reading here. Sorry, give me one sec. Need some help here. Some of these cards are saying yes, and some of them are saying no, and I'm trying to figure out, and this is a solid yes or no question, so I'm trying to figure out what this mixed energy is here. So the answer that I'm getting is yes. The answer that I'm getting is yes, Mercedes. And that was actually what was confusing me. Was it was immediately I saw yes, but when I'd see a yes, I would normally think that this would be a positive turnout. I don't want to say this isn't going to be a positive turnout, because Spirit is saying Spirit would not encourage you to reach out to him if this wasn't going to be a positive turnout of some type. However, now I'm starting to see it's positive according to Spirit, but immediately with you, it might not be. You're likely not going to hear what you want to hear. And I don't know if you have something specific in mind that you want to hear. It might be something just as simple as an apology. But Spirit is saying, yeah, you should go forward. You should communicate with him. With this Chariot card, and if you don't, because here's the thing, and this is why when I asked you, like, should I ask if you should reach out to him or if you should stay silent? Because I fear that if you stay silent, I don't fear, but I do believe that if you stay silent, I can't promise that he would reach back out to you. This guy's being very, very difficult. And I don't know what caused the argument. You don't have to tell me. But Spirit is saying that you are not in the wrong here. You're definitely not in the wrong here. And this is time for you to stand your ground. Now, when you say you want to reach out to him after an argument, again, I don't know if you're wanting to reconcile or have or gain an apology. What it's like talking to a brick wall. Yeah. And what I'm getting from Spirit is you're not likely going to get an apology, but you're going to get some truth. You'll get to the bottom of things. You'll finally get to the truth. Because I don't think you're going to want to move forward. I think this might even give you the ick. With this Fool reverse card, we've got the Chariot, and then right underneath we have the Fool reversed. It's like, yeah, talk to him, reach out to him. Because I don't think he's going to BS you, girl. Seven of Swords reversed. I don't think he's BS. I think that if you confront him here, or I don't want to say the word confront, but if you reach out to him here, and I'm not just saying this because you're my client, but I have every reason to believe, and I know it takes two to tango, but I have every reason to believe that he was the instigator here in this argument. And when you engaged in the argument with him, you were really defending yourself. And yeah, we have the King of Swords reversed and the Seven of Swords reversed. This is telling me that he's going to be very brutally honest. Yeah, of course it was his fault. You're not the type of girl, you don't want to, yeah, you're you're so polite, girl, at least to me. You're so cordial, you always say thank you, you're always appreciative, even if I have to deliver bad news or not so fun news, you're always appreciative and polite and gracious. I find it very hard to believe that, and I have some clients where I've told them, like, girl, I know it takes two to tango, like, you don't have to tell me what happened, but, like, might be two people here that need to hash something out. This sounds like it's not two people that need to hash something out. It's a man that needs to be told, hey, bro, stop behaving this way. At least to me. Like, because this isn't, and I have every reason to believe that he acts this way to every other woman. Yeah, you stood up to him. He ain't used to that. And I can tell, like, this is the type of man who's not used to a woman standing her ground and maintaining her boundaries. And I really do think that in communicating with him, you're really gonna come to your own. I rarely stand up to him. Yeah, and that's what he's used to. Not just with you, but with every woman. Most women don't stand up to him. He usually gets his way all the time. Crazy, not crazy, but I was reading for a client of mine yesterday. Very similar situation in that the guy is just being like this. And I told her, like, I think this is one of the first. I think you're one of the first women to actually stand by your boundaries. I mean, almost everybody has boundaries, but does everybody maintain them? No. Having boundaries and maintaining them are two totally different things. And standing up to someone, that's definitely within your boundaries, and maintaining, that's a form of maintaining your boundaries and standing your ground, knowing your value, knowing that this is not the right way to behave and speak towards you. And that's what I think is most important for you to communicate with this Four of Swords here, is he needs to wake up. He really needs a reality check here. Again, I don't think it, and if he pulls something like, I'm so sorry, I'll never do it again, I implore you, I beg of you, please don't go forward with him. I don't think you'll want to. With this Fool reverse, I don't think you're going to want to go back to him. I think you're going to really see the truth here, that if he's like this now, how the heck is he going to be like further down the road? Yeah, people change, yeah, people grow, but we can't predict how long it's going to take, or if they're ever going to change, or in which way. yeah, the Hierophant, Ace of Swords reversed, Knight of Swords reversed. He will listen to you. He will listen to you. Do I think that he will speak to you? Because here's, I don't think he's gonna reach out to you. If you stay silent, I don't. I mean, maybe you guys will speak again. I know you guys. I think you guys work together. You might speak again, but he's not gonna address the argument that you guys had unless you bring it up. And when you do, if and when you do, he will listen. The Hierophant is the traditional artwork of the Hierophant is, I don't know if he's a monk or a teacher or something, someone who has knowledge, say, like very important knowledge, and people are raptly listening to him with a lot of attention. So he will listen to what you have to say, and he's not going to just like. I don't think he's going to just put it in the back of his mind. I think it's actually going to really really affect him mentally, really get him thinking. Not, I don't want to say affect because that makes it sound like he's like going to be like mentally like unwell. I don't mean that, but it is going to be on his mind. It is going to really, yeah, be on his mind. He will definitely be listening to you. He will listen to what you have to say, and this will likely be a conversation that he'll remember for a long time, and for possibly the rest of his life. I don't think a woman, again, I don't know what you want to say to him, but if you're telling him your truth, like that was not the right way to speak to me, that was not okay, that behavior is not okay, yeah, he could likely say, okay, I'll never do it again. I wouldn't trust him for anything. But I do think that I think that you'll get to a greater place of clarity, and I think that he'll get to a greater place of clarity. Do I think that it'll actually get him to change his ways? No, and I'll get to that in a moment. But here again, yeah, Ace of Wands, Spirit is saying, yeah, you should absolutely speak to him. I mean, also, again, I have my doubts as to whether he'll reach out to you if you ignore him. I really do. And I think that, and I that it concerns me that could just, I mean, eventually you would move on, but I fear that it would affect you too much mentally to just hold on to that and not express yourself, you know. And that's, and here we go, Nine of Wands, standing your ground. Having the stamina to stand your ground, speak your mind, defending yourself, standing your ground. The things that he said to you were not okay. The way he's treated you is not okay. What went down the other day was not okay. And you do need to defend yourself, and not in a way that's, you're not looking to argue with him again, but you do need to say, like, even if you apologize to me, which I'm not demanding of you, you do need to recognize that this is not the way to operate. And I do think that this will, with this Five of Pentacles, I do think that it will bring, even though I don't think that you're going to hear what you want to hear, ideally, I do think that what you do hear is going to bring you to a place of clarity, and definitely a greater sense of inner peace. Not immediately, but I think sooner than later. With this Five of Pentacles here, and again with the Six of Pentacles, I do see him listening to you. I do see him fully listening to you, taking in what you have to say. Do I see him agreeing with what you have to say? No, not all of it. At least not immediately, but I think that it will eventually, like, set in with him that this isn't the right behavior towards anybody. But especially not you. And we have this Three of Swords right underneath. This was where I was also just like, okay, why is Spirit so adamant about Mercedes reaching out to him? Yet we have this Three of Swords. I do see initial disappointment. And that's where I go back to, if you do have expectations as to what you ideally want to hear from him, if you do have any expectations, I would just chuck them out the door. Do your very best to just eradicate any expectations and see this as just speaking your mind and defending yourself, standing up to what was wrong. And he will suffer for it. He will suffer for it. He will likely end up losing you. And it sounds like he already has with this Fool reverse card. I really feel like he's going to say something that's going to bring you to your truth, bring you clarity, and give you the ick. It'd just be a huge turn off. But with this Eight of Pentacles, this is definitely something that Spirit is saying that you should do. You should invest your time and your energy in. Again, it will likely not result in what you're hoping to hear. If you are hoping to hear something specific, but Spirit is saying that you do need to hear whatever he has to say. And he has to hear what you have to say. It's imperative. Six of Pentacles, the Hierophant. It's really important that he hears this from you, and it's really important that you speak your mind here and you stand your ground. At the very least, like not even at the very least, but I think it's a blessing in disguise. Getting to this level of clarity with him, I think you'll really see with that Seven of Swords reversed. I think you're really going to see who he really is, and who he really is not someone who would be good for you to be with in a relationship. If he's behaving this way now, and it's this early on, how is he going to behave in the future? But Spirit is saying it is imperative that you let him know that his words, his behavior were not okay, and that it's not something that you can stand for, and you should not, absolutely. So that is what I'm seeing for you, Mercedes. Thank you very much, love, for your donation. I appreciate you, and I wish you all the very best of luck moving forward in this conversation. Let me know how things go there. You're welcome, love. Thank you. Jen, thank you for your donation. Jen, are you here, love? Hi, without thinking clearly, I invited cousin Steph, whom I never see, to a comedy show with me. Will I have a decent time with her, or regrets this? She invited me to stay the night, dinner, etc. Okay. And what is Steph's sign? And I'm so sorry, I'm blanking on your sign again, hun. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Jen have a decent time with her cousin Steph at the comedy show? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Jen have a decent time? She's a Scorpio, okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Jen have a decent time with her cousin Steph at the comedy show? And you're a Taurus, okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Jen have a decent time with her cousin Steph at the comedy show? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Jen have a decent time at the comedy show with her cousin Steph? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Will Jen have a decent time with her cousin Steph at the comedy show? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Will Jen have a decent time with her cousin Steph at the comedy show? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Will Jen have a decent time with her cousin Steph at the comedy show? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Will Jen have a decent time with her cousin Steph at the comedy show? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Will Jen have a decent time with her cousin Steph at the comedy show? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Will Jen have a decent time with her cousin Steph at the comedy show? Alright, we have Queen of Swords reversed, Eight of Wands reversed, Three of Swords, Four of Pentacles, and Ace of Wands. Okay, yeah, you'll have a decent time at the show with her. Did you say that you haven't spoken with her in a while, or did you? Without thinking clearly, I invited cousin Steph, who I never see. Okay, without thinking clearly. And we just received another donation from Miss Mercedes. Thank you so much, girl. Let me go ahead and add you here. Okay, so without thinking clearly, you guys haven't really seen each other too much. See, yes, I saw her at the family. Yeah, okay. So, of course, I'm going to keep it real. I always do. Yes, you're going to have a decent time with her at the comedy show. Like, it's going to be deep. You'll have a decent time. Do I think you're going to have an amazing, totally awesome blowout time? No. Just because you guys have, I mean, you've known her your whole life. She's a family member, but it sounds like you guys haven't really connected or spent time with one another in a while. So I see things being a little awkward at first. Like not quite knowing how to read one another with this Queen of Swords reversed and Eight of Wands. Well, yeah, not quite knowing how to like read each other. I never really liked her. Okay, and that's this Queen of Swords reversed, is you never really liked her. And because the Queen of Swords reversed is someone who's usually bitter about someone from the past, or bitter about something that someone did in the past. And Spirit is saying to do your very best to not. I don't know how long it's been since you've reconnected with her, but Spirit is saying to do your very, very best to not bring that energy into the beginning. It's really hard not to, though. You've had you never really liked her in the past, so that's what can you base it on otherwise? And I do, with this Eight of Wands reversed, 20 years. With this Eight of Wands reversed, I do see communication being a little jilted and kind of awkward, a little off between the two of you at first. Basically, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the beginning of the night being kind of lame. Like NGL. I feel like the comedy show, I mean, it's good because it's a comedy show, so you don't have to really talk too much, and you have the entertainment. I don't know if it's a comedian that you guys both like, or that you know, like, personally, or if it's just a random comedy show. But it's kind of like going to the movies or something. Like, you have your entertainment, you don't really have to chat too much. I don't like this Three of Swords right here in the center. Three of Swords is disappointment. So with that, I would go into this. I would try very hard to go into this not seeing her as a new person. I wouldn't cancel. No, Spirit's not saying that you should cancel. I mean, if you want to, you can. Because I'm going to get to it in a moment. This has a happy ending here. There's a new beginning between the two of you. Please wait 1 second. So I see like some like a little bit of disappointment, but you won't feel. This is my like just. I'm not disagreeing with spirit. They're actually agreeing with me here. Um, if you go into this with expectations, you can. It might end up. You might end up disappointed. If you go into this um, regarding her as the woman who she was, who you've known in the past, there might be some disappointments there because people do change. People do change. People do grow over time. And she's still your cousin. And I, with this Four of Pentacles, I see things actually strengthening. You said that you guys were gonna have. I think did she say that? Did she invite you to spend the night or something? Because I see the end of the night like really being super awesome. Like stick this out. I do not recommend canceling, and I really recommend going into this with no expectations because I'm seeing a beautiful brand new beginning with this Ace of Wands. So I think when we say having a decent time, that's what Spirit is saying here is, yeah, you'll have a decent time, but a lot of it is how you approach the night itself and how you approach her as well. Yeah, the Ace of Wands is a brand new beginning, and so that's telling me, and especially with this Queen of Swords reverse, and you told me that you never really got along with her too well. I don't know how long it's been since you guys were close, or if you ever were even close, but I do think that she has for sure grown. I think that you guys have grown in a way that will reconnect the two of you. Again, the comedy show, enjoy the comedy. It's not going to be really a space for you guys to chat, per se. But afterwards, when y'all are getting drinks, having a slumber party, like that's when you guys can really talk and jam and like reconnect. So yes, will you have a decent time? Yes, you will. I think this is really good. I think this is really good. The Ace of Wands is the first card in the entire tarot deck, or in the minor arcana. It's a brand new beginning. So if you guys weren't close in the past, and especially girl, I know you don't want any more family drama, but with the and I hate that term drama, but family issues that you've been having, you've been having family issues. This could be nice. This could be really nice to reconnect with someone, a family member who you were never really close to, getting to know them better, spending time with them later on in life. It for sure happens in families. It's happened with me, with relatives. Yeah, you're seeing Maria Bamford. I've never heard of Maria Bamford. I'm going to write her name down because I love discovering new comedians. My favorite new comedian is Anna Garcia. Have you heard of her? She's so funny. Oh my God. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Very Important People show, but she is freaking hilarious. Yeah, I just discovered her like maybe 2 weeks ago. She is my spirit animal. Like I'm in love with her. She's amazing. She's so freaking funny. Is she on SNL? I found her on Very Important People show. She should be on SNL, honestly. She's part of the Groundlings. Yeah, she's super young. So she may, who knows? She may be. I'll have to look her. I'll look her up. I have to check her out. Yeah, and I'm gonna check out Maria Bamford for sure. I love comedy shows. I love comedy. Keeps me sane. Really, like for real. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jen. You have a great time, a decent time, because we're not going to build it up too much, but at the very least, you will definitely have a decent time. I think it's going to be better, much better than that. But thank you so much, love. Thank you. Mercedes, thank you for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Me too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. You're very welcome. You are very welcome. Mercedes, please come to the chat. I would like to know from Spirit, is B supposed to lose me right now? Okay. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is B supposed to lose Mercedes right now? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is Lee. Sorry, I don't know where Lee came from. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is B supposed to lose Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is B supposed to lose Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is B supposed to lose Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is B supposed to lose Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is B supposed to lose Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is B supposed to lose Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is B supposed to lose Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is B supposed to lose Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is B supposed to lose Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is B supposed to lose Mercedes? All right, love. Let's see. We have the Fool reversed, the Sun reversed, Two of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Lovers reversed. I'm going to... I was about to quote the Spice Girls, but no, that wouldn't be apropos. I was going to say, if he wants to be your lover, he's got to get with your friends. No, that's not the case here. But what I'm seeing, it's not as simple as, is he supposed to lose you? It's the context of your connection right now. Do you guys have a label at all? And it's fine if you tell me that labels don't matter to you. If labels don't matter to you, that's fine. But are you looking for something serious with him? What are you looking for from him? Hi, Lorraine. Welcome, sweetheart. Happy Saturday. No. No. Oh, no, you guys don't have a label. He wants us to start a family. Okay. And how long have the two of you been dating for? I don't think he's ready. I don't think he is either. I see he's not ready. Over a year? Okay. Okay, so here's the deal. He's not lying, but we took a break. Okay. He's not lying. He does have affection for you, Mercedes. I have an update for you, but I'll leave. Thank you, Lorraine. He does have affection for you, love. And oftentimes I have to break the news to people like, look, girl, I'm not trying to be a cynical 40-year-old here, but that's what most men say. Most men say they want to start a family, they want, the Ten of Pentacles, they want to get married, they want to have kids, because they know that that's what most of us want as girls. Most of us want. Even lesbians want to nest, want to settle, want to start a family. As women, we inherently just, usually, not all, but most women like stability, like nesting, like that comfort. He knows that. He's no dummy. So my first knee-jerk reaction was he's just saying this, but that's not what I'm seeing here. But I am seeing a man who is definitely not ready, not father material, not husband material at this time. And I don't know how long it's going to be until he will be ready for that. I mean, we have this full reversed card here. This is not moving forward solidly in love, not taking that risk, not taking that really like vulnerable risk of like till death do us part. We are fully committed. There's nobody else. It's just me and you. The Sun is literally a marriage card. He is not ready to get married right now. I don't know if he mentioned married, but he said marriage, but you did mention family. The Sun, the traditional artwork of the Sun is a baby. Is a baby on a white horse. It symbolizes marriage. It symbolizes children, pregnancies, and he's not ready. He's not ready for marriage right now. Doesn't mean he doesn't want it with you, and it's with you. He does want it. It's not. There's no one else. It's you. But what does disturb me a little bit, it would just bother. I mean, and I don't know how you feel, love, but being with someone for a year and someone never giving me a label, I've been there. In fact, I was with someone for 5 years, and they didn't believe in labels. Yeah, well, that was convenient for them. It wasn't that they didn't. So I would say, and we were living together. I was like, okay, well, if you don't believe in labels, then just, pander to me, acquiesce, like, just let me have my label if it doesn't mean anything to you. And yeah, like 4 years into us being together, I find another pair of knickers that aren't mine in his laundry hamper. I'm just like, I'm done. Like, this is exactly why you don't put the label on me. Like, because you don't want other people to know that we're dating. It was just, yeah. And it's happened with other people in the past, and it happens. And in this case, this is where I'm seeing, this is where I see his real fear. It is I don't think he believes that he can be, and I'm not saying that he stepped out on you, but the idea of just being a one woman man, a one woman man does scare him at this time. Now, we asked Spirit if you should be apart from him, and they said that's not the case. It's not that you guys should be apart. It's that, hi, the people who live in the same house and moving out tomorrow, can I get any information about new people who will move in next? Yeah, Kim, all of my donation information can be found just posted at the bottom of the chat. Thank you. They're saying not that you guys should be apart from one another, but the context in which your connection is right now is not it. He cannot have you and should not have you in the context that you're giving him, because while you do stand by your boundaries and hold your boundaries, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do get the sense that you have, and I've done it myself, that you have altered some of your boundaries to appease him, to kind of keep the connection going. The Lovers is a short-term, fun, whirlwind romance, and that's exactly, yeah, I look the other way a lot. And you guys work together, right? Or you used to work together, and does he still work in the same industry as you do? I'm not trying to judge people, but just having friends who work in that industry, having clients who work in that industry, not for a while now, we used to. Does he still work in that industry, though? Is he around lots of women a lot? No, I left. but he does. That's what I was trying to get at. Is if he was still working, because that, I mean, he's that's there's temptation, you know. And I do stand firmly by the fact that he does value you. He does genuinely want to marry you. He doesn't want to marry somebody else. It's you. But that also doesn't mean that he doesn't have a wandering eye, which is different. Having a wandering eye is different than actually, going forward with it. But you said you've looked the other way. What I'm seeing here is not that he does not that he should lose you. It's that you guys should be together, but only if he's going to respect you and do this right. And it's a matter of give and take with relationships, and it sounds like you've made a lot of accommodations for him. And Two of Cups is a divinely ordained romance. There is something very serious, very real between the two of you. But it has to be traditional with the Hierophant. You mentioned that he wants to start a family. Does he want to get married? Not like that's a requirement, but if he hasn't mentioned marriage, that also concerns me just a bit, because I just don't think he's thought this really through. I think he looks at the fantasies of a happy family and happy marriages, but doesn't think of the work, the time, the ups, the downs. Like, a marriage to someone is a whole ass life. A family with someone is a huge life. It's multiple lives. And I don't know how old he is, but I just don't get the sense that he is ready for what he wants at all. But Spirit is saying it's not that he doesn't deserve you, or how did you pose the question? Should he, is B supposed to lose you? It's not that he's supposed to lose you. It's that well, yes, he is supposed to lose you if he can't come correct. If he can't at least make you his girlfriend, Mercedes, and put a label on it, that would be step one, especially after a year. If he can, I think that would, I don't think you're asking for the sun, the moon, and the stars if you just asked him commitment, consistency, communication here. And a label. It's been a year, bro. Like, if he comes back with something like labels don't mean anything, then say, okay, well, they do to me. And if you love me and respect me, then you will do this for me. Simple as that. Yeah, you're asking for respect. You're asking for respect. And, I know some people don't care about labels, but I think most of us do when it comes to relationships. And why would someone have an issue with a label in a relationship? Well, I gave you an example of an ex of mine. I always wondered why he had an issue with labels, yet he would call himself a goth all the time, but he had an issue with calling himself someone's boyfriend. Well, who so he could get away with cheating on me? And I'm not saying that's the case with every single guy, but that's where I think, asking for a label is a really good start here, because that's a basic level of respect. That's just a very basic level of respect after being together for a year. I don't want to feel like someone's ball and chain. Yeah, I want it if he wants it. I don't want to feel like he's going into it and resenting me. Exactly. I'm 100% with you there, Mercedes. Absolutely. You don't want to feel like someone's ball and chain. You don't want to feel like you're forcing someone into wanting to be in a situation they don't want to be in. If he's not feeling it, then, accept. It sounds like you accept. It's painful, but you just want to know the truth. You want that clarity, and to know that, yeah, he's proud to be with you. He's proud to have you by his side. And yeah, if you feel at any moment like he is resenting you or feels resentful about this connection, yeah, that's not good. He should be, and I hope that he is chasing you. I mean, he's not right now. He's not contacting you, but he should be chasing you. He should be fawning all over you. Um, you're a good woman, and you're stunning, and you're kind and funny and cool, and he knows this. And yeah, so you stand firmly with what specifically what you want from this connection. It's been a year, and you're not asking for the sun, the moon, and the stars. You're asking for very basic respect. So that is what I see for you, Miss Mercedes. You're so sweet. Thank you. I do love. Oh, thank you, love. I bet you do. I bet you do. I bet you like cook for him and stuff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you don't. But I could see you if you do cook. I could see you cooking for him and like yeah, just doing hella sweet stuff for him. Yeah, he's that fool reverse card. He's being a fool. You do, yeah, yeah. That's so sweet. I can't cook. I really need to learn just so I can get into a man's heart. That's likely why I'm single, because I can't cook. He loves it. Aw, that's so sweet. You made his favorite, or you make his favorites. That's so sweet of you, Mercedes. Damn, he's a lucky man. What is he doing? I'm so sorry, Mercedes. Yeah, and you know this. You deserve the very best. Oh no, Cardi doesn't cook and she's never seen. That's true. I love that line. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me show you how I got this ring. That line definitely resonated with me the first time I heard it. I was just like, oh hell yeah. I don't cook, I don't clean. Okay. Yes. I mean, she has some other skills. But let's be real, the woman's got some skills. And she ain't afraid to flaunt them. I love that woman so much. Sometimes when I'm sad, I just watch like shorts of her just being completely unhinged, which she is. Just why I look now? Have you seen? Oh my god! Like yeah, there was this one. You know when people on I forget which late night show it is, but they like read Twitter tweets about them or like X whatever that are mean celebrities. Cardi B read one, and the comment was, "I'm watching the music video for WAP, and I had to mute it. I can't stand this woman. She just looks so loud when she talks. I haven't muted. I can just tell she just looks so loud." And she was just like, "Why so loud?" I love her accent. Why I so loud? And she said it quietly. She didn't say it very loudly. Like she like managed her like voice, but her mouth just opens up so wide when she talks. Like, girl, that's why. That's why you look loud. And don't ever change. Don't ever change. Why I look loud. So funny. Thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you, Mercedes, as always. And yeah, let me know. Let me know how he responds. I don't know if you plan on doing this in person or calling him or how. But yeah, let me, if you want, keep me posted on how things go. Thank you so much, love. Love and light to you. Miss Lorraine, so you have an update. So remember the Arabic guy you gave me a reading on? Yes, I do. Well, since you got the traditions card, I found his Instagram, and he has a kid with a wife. J Felt. Oh, sorry, I was typing. Good Lord. Oh, you're very welcome, Mercedes. You're very welcome. And the donation queue is once again open. So whoever has a question next will be read for next. Okay, so because I think I told you that, Lorraine. Like I know he's young. He might be married or like betrothed. Yeah, he's married and he's got a kid. And then he's asking you if you're Arabic. What's that fool doing when he's got a kid, yo? Talk about dodging a bullet there. Ew. Yeah, Ten of Cups, family, traditions. I felt guided to find his profile on Instagram, and I found a woman's page, and he was there, and I found his page. These men, seriously, ew. Damn, and I thought he was just, being all, well, I mean, he is all traditional. I'm assuming she's Arabic. But still, what kind of tradition is that? Like, you're married, you got a wife, or you got a kiddo? Hello, love. I want to donate for a mini reading. I have so much going on. Sir, drill a lot. I would love to read for you. My mini readings, if you donate using PayPal, Cashapp, or Venmo, are $7.77. If you need to use SuperChat, it is $9.99. Thank you. Disgusting. Disgusting! I'm keeping distance. I just go there for mechanic stuff. Best place in my area, and it's affordable. Well, that's good. I mean, you got a good mechanic. But yeah, disgusting. Ew. Too bad I know him and he doesn't know. Well, that's his bad. Did you want a description before? Nope, I don't need a description. You just send your donation, post your question, and we commence. You are so welcome. You're so very welcome, Lorraine. Gosh. Yeah, that was actually like my first knee-jerk reaction was, I think this guy's married. And then I was like, oh, he's hella young. But you never know. There you go. Yeah, no, there was definitely... And then remember, I was like, he might be betrothed, or he might have like a suitor. And he's got a whole ass wife. Damn. Yeah, these... Ugh. But that's really impressive that you found his Instagram. But I'm guessing it might have been through the mechanic. Yeah, girl, I was thinking, no, I did not forget that reading at all. I was thinking about that reading over the week, like a couple days ago. It's like, damn. I first looked for the mechanic page, and then I found a woman I randomly clicked on, and he was there. I have some skills. Damn right you do, girl. Damn right you do. So it was just the mechanic thing. You found a woman. That's crazy. That's cool. I mean, it's cool that you have the skills to, do your due diligence and vetting. Not cool. That guy, what a creep. And I feel badly for his wife, too. What's he doing hitting on girls at his work? He's got a baby? The heck? Seriously, and you picked up on that, honey. You picked up that you're like, I got and I picked up on the energies in the cards when he said he was acting like an a-hole the second time you came by. And I remember I said, you could have at least said, hi, hey, good to see you again. Are you having a good day? That's not even hitting on someone. That's just being polite, friendly. He's seeking a new woman because he's bored. I saw that. Oh, yeah, I saw that in the cards. Yeah, he's not happy with his life. Yeah, he's not happy with his life. I mean, he's super young. I have every reason to believe that this was an arranged marriage of some type. He's still young. He wants to sow his wild oats, and he can't. I saw a man, yeah, who was really bitter about his life. The irony. I have so many clients who are so beside themselves because they're not married. And then I have clients that are married and they're so unhappy in their marriages. Just like, where's the happy medium? Poor wife and child. He's seeking a new woman because he's bored. Poor wife and child. Seriously. I want a general read. Do you have a baby animal in your PayPal profile. I sure do. It's like a little lamb. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, poor wife and child, and yeah, I just hope he's not hitting on other ladies. And in front of his family, too. Think about that, too, girl. His family's there. It's his family's business. All right, we just received a donation. Thank you so much, Sir Drill a lot. Let me go ahead and add you here. And what is your name, my friend? How should I refer to you as? And you would like a general reading. Yeah. Oh, well, no. Jamiria. Okay, love. For a year. It's been so hard for me. I'm also going through toxic things with my mom and grandma. And I always say don't do me so much. And you can give I'm a female on my brother's YouTube. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no, I got female vibes from you. Sir Drillidot does sound a bit like a dude's name though, so that's why I was a little confused. But I got female vibes. And what is your sign, sweetheart? And you can give me all the backstory and context you want while I'm shuffling here, okay? But I read what you did describe in your donation. So feel free to give me more information. And you are a Sagittarius. All right, love. All right, Jamiria. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Please provide Jamiria with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Jamiria with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Jamiria with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Jamiria with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Jamiria with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Jamiria with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Jamiria with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Jamiria with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Jamiria with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Jamiria with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Life path number 7 as well. Okay. I believe I'm number 3. I don't know life paths too well. We have 7 of Cups reversed, 8 of Wands reversed, King of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and 6 of Wands. Okay. So Spirit is definitely acknowledging that there are difficulties in your life right now. And I'm not just saying that because of what you sent me in your message. Starting with this 8 of Wands reverse. 8 of Wands upright is things moving in a solid, fat, I don't want to say solid, but in a fat, things moving forward quickly, smoothly, good communication with others, forward momentum, forward moving trajectory. When it's in its reverse form, that's often a sign of stagnation, things not moving forward. Perhaps communication with others is not as prevalent as it was in the past. Sorry, one moment. Sorry about that. Yeah, so 8 of Wands reverse is definitely acknowledgement of things not moving forward, not moving in the direction that you need them to be moving in your life. 7, I do want some clarity. Definitely stagnation and halted communication with others. It feels like hell and life is ending. Almost can't understand this point in my life. You're going through a difficult. You're definitely going through a challenging, very challenging time of your life. I don't know your entire life. I don't know if this is the most challenging thing you've been through, but definitely one of them. Do you mind telling me how old you are? You don't have to. You're not supposed to ask. We're not supposed to ask other ladies that, but you can even just say, "Oh, I'm in my 20s or 30s," or you can just say nothing. 7 of Cups. You're 20. Oh, you're young. You're so young. 21. I'm 40, so I'm your big sister today. I'm your big sister. Yeah, 7 of Cups reversed. Lack of purpose, feeling a lack of purpose, feeling distracted, feeling as though you have little to no choices in terms of forward momentum. I usually start with the bad news and end with the good news, and that's what we're doing today. We've got some. I want to tell you, girl, there are good things coming towards you and coming towards you soon. Okay, I don't get to say that all the time. I do not get to say that all the time. But you mentioned that you've been jobless for, I believe, a year now. Do expect that to come to an end pretty shortly. I don't know. Are you currently looking for work and applying for work? Because King of Pentacle, I don't know how well you know tarot, but Pentacles is money, honey. It's coin. It's the realm of materials, the realm of money, work. Oh, I've been seeing a lot of angel numbers, like they come in quads as well. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, good. Yeah, no, I'm a firm believer. You're new. You're new to, I don't know if I've read for you. I don't think I've read for you before. If you are new, welcome and thank you so much for your subscription. And 2, I am probably the least new agey tarot reader you will ever meet. I'm very, very logical, very, very practical. Tarot is all about reading current energies. I'm not a fortune teller, but as the current energies stand, girl, things are looking amazing. Yes, I've been, but nobody is calling back. I apply for like 20 jobs in one day. That's how I know something is wrong. Yes, I'm new. You've never read from me. Oh, how cool, girl! Well, welcome to the Chan. And you don't have to tell me where you live either, honey. Um, but I know in this country, in the U.S., the job market is a wreck. It's really tough. Pretty much everyone I know in my personal life, my clients, um, even people abroad, are definitely having difficulties finding work. Um, but you will find something. I know that you've applied. You applied for 20. You applied for 20 jobs in one. Yes, I've been. I applied for like 20 jobs in one day, so that's how I know something is wrong. Something is wrong, but it's not you, baby girl. It's not you. What's wrong is the economy and the job market. So I know it blows applying for 20 jobs a day and not hearing anything, because it's like the motivation, it gets harder. And because I've been there, I've been there, love, where you're applying. I mean, I graduated into a recession. I graduated college in 2008. Like, my parents' friends, like attorneys and doctors, were losing jobs. Like, it was bad. So me with no job experience, it was really tough. And I was in that position where I was literally applying to like 20, 30 jobs a day and not hearing anything. But a fish will bite that line. But you do have to definitely continue doing what you are doing, because Page of Cups, there is going to be a job popping into your life. A source of making money, not just a source of making money, but it's going to inspire you and really transform things in a major way. Because, girl, we've got this beautiful Six of Wands here. Six of Wands is victory. V for victory. My card. Fun fact: I pull a card for myself every day. I've been doing it for 7 years now. My card for today is the Six of Wands reversed. Not a great card, but whatever. They happen. But Six of Wands upright, girl, like that is what's up. Like, you, and right next to this Page of Cups, Page of Cups is literally someone or something popping into your life and improving it massively. And so absolutely continue applying as furtively as you are. You will find success. Six of Wands. You will find victory, which will put you in this beautiful King of Pentacles position. Seriously, yes. Thank God. Hallelujah. This is beautiful. Like, Spirit is fully acknowledging, like, yes, girl, like, these are tough times. You're not imagining anything. Unless you think that there's something wrong with you, then yeah, you are imagining something, because there's nothing wrong with you. You're a star. You're great. And you're focused, you're motivated, even though you haven't been hearing anything back from jobs. And that's the other thing, is you're young. I was 22. No, I was 21. When I graduated college, I was 22. I remember when I was trying to find work, and I had hardly any work experience underneath my belt. I'd been to college, but that was it. And I graduated into a recession. Now we are in a recession in the U.S., and the job market's bad. I wouldn't say it's as bad as it was back then at all. But just because you don't have, I always thought to myself, because I started thinking it was me, even though I knew that the job market was terrible. I started thinking it was me. Oh, it's my lack of experience. No one's gonna want to hire someone with a lack of experience. That couldn't have been farther from the truth, because I did get hired. I did. I found a job eventually. And people do want to hire people who are fresh slates, who they can mold, who they can, train to be the type of worker that they want. So you're not doing anything wrong. It's nothing about you, Mr. Maria. That's like not employable. Nothing to do with that. It's very much the opposite. You're definitely employable. It's just the job market. Monique, hey girl, how are you doing, love? Happy Saturday. Hope you are doing well. So yeah, great things on the horizon for you, Jamaria. I'm very happy I was able to, because you haven't had a reading from me before, but Monique can speak for me here. I am brutally honest. Not brutally. I'm very kind. I say things kindly, but I will just I say whatever I see. If it's bad news, I'll let you know. If I saw that work wasn't coming towards you or that things were going to get worse, I would have told you and would have made me upset and would have made you upset. So I'm so happy. Your luck is definitely changing for the better, for sure. That you will look back at this time and recognize that it was a dark time, but you will grow from this for sure, and it'll definitely help you appreciate things more in the future as well. At least that's what I found in my experiences. You're so welcome. You are so welcome, and thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel, and yeah, hope to see you again. Thank you. Very accurate. Oh, thank you, Monique. Thank you. You're very. Oh, and thank you so much, Shamaria. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm excited for you. Like, I'm very excited for you with the backstory you gave me. King of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Six of Wands. Like, I read for myself. That's, if I had the same question as you, that's what I would have been in tears. Like, I would be so happy. Like, yeah, that's precisely what you want to see. And also Spirit acknowledging, like, yeah, this is a tough time. It's not you. You know. And we just received a donation from Miss Monique. Thank you so much, girl. And thank you, Jamaria, again. Monique, did you have 2 questions, or did you want a full 10-card reading? No problem. Shoot. What context? Give me the context. So my last reading, I asked about my roommate situation. The girl ended up saying she can't live in the area I need to be in. So that kind of worked itself out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm remembering the reading now. It was like, she's not a bad person, but yeah, not reliable. Wouldn't be reliable as a roommate. Dodged the bullet there. A few weeks before that, I met this guy who is now a friend. He might work with me, but we'll start working at FedEx soon. Me and him are talking about moving in together around August or September. Okay. My question is if we'll have success rooming together for a 12-month lease, or maybe even more. You got it. Give me 1 second. Okay, and his name is Will. Do you know his sign? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique have success rooming with Will for a 12-month lease or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will it be successful for Monique to room with Will for 12 months or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would it be successful for Monique to room with Will for 12 months or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would it be successful for Monique to room with Will for 12 months or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would it be successful for Monique to live with Will for a 12-month lease or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Monique have success living with Will for a 12-month lease or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique have success rooming with Will for a 12-month lease or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique find success rooming with Will for a 12-month lease or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique find success rooming with Will for a 12-month lease or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique find success rooming with Will for a 12-month lease or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique have success rooming with Will for a 12-month lease or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique find success rooming with Will for a 12-month lease or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique find success rooming with Will for a 12-month lease or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique find success rooming with Will for a 12-month lease or more? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique find success rooming with Will for a 12-month lease or more? He's an Aries. Okay. We have 9 of Wands, Queen of Wands reversed, the Magician, Temperance, 7 of Wands reversed, the Star, the Hanged Man, Ace of Cups reversed, Page of Wands reversed, and 3 of Cups. Okay. So you said that you guys are friends now, and you guys might be working together. And so you've known him for a little over a month, or like a couple of months. You said a few weeks before you met the girl that wasn't able to live with you. So what I'm seeing here is yes, he is financially capable of doing this, of signing a lease. He, with this 9 of Wands, the two of you both have the wherewithal to go forth with this, and with this Star card, yeah, there's. I know you guys are friends. It's different when you haven't lived together, but I see good things for the most part on the horizon. Is he straight or is he gay? I didn't want to ask that question right off the bat, but I'm getting some cards here that, like, what I'm seeing here is the two of you, it would be successful. It would for sure be successful when it comes, you believe he is straight. Okay. Because I'm seeing someone who who might develop feelings for you if he hasn't already. Starting with this Queen of Wands reversed. Like, I know you guys are friends right now. Queen of Wands reversed, dang, I kind of feel like he had, yeah. And I didn't want to just assume that because you're a beautiful young lady and, you know, guys, girls, and then living together. I really only like him as a friend. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Like, and I felt that when you said that, like, we're friends now. Like, I can tell when people say, oh, but we're just friends. And I can tell when people are really like, we're friends. Like, I got that vibe from you immediately. Like, yeah, this isn't someone that you're looking to date. Because Queen of Wands reversed is often indicative of some kind of jealousy. Now, if he's gay, maybe it would be jealousy over your fabulousness, but that's not usually how gay guys work. If they think that you're fabulous, they usually just want to be your best friend in the world. I see this as more if you, I shouldn't say if, but when you, well, I don't know if you've actually started dating other gentlemen, but if when you do, I could see him being really jealous of you going out with a guy or having a guy over. I see a change, some kind of changed perspective with the Hanged Man. I think he's already developed a crush on you. And I think that it will only get deeper with him living with you, spending more time with you, seeing you in, I shouldn't say an intimate setting, but intimate in the sense of when you're living with someone, like, you know, it is inherently intimate, not sexually intimate, but just like, you know, living one's lives, cooking, you know, bathing, sleeping, not together, but observing someone's life, just living as a human being, and just, you know, extended amounts of time spent with someone. I have not started dating and have realized I'm not close to being ready. But if the right person comes along, precisely, yeah. If you're not ready, that's totally chill. But you might find that you are ready. That's what I'm saying. Is in 6 months' time, you might find like, hey, I feel ready to dip my toe back in the dating pool. I'm gonna give this a shot. Or say some gentleman comes along, you know, and asks you out, and asks you on a date. I could see him, yeah, being bitter about that. If I told him straight how I feel, do you think he could really understand, or would those negative feelings still persist? If you told him how you feel, so you haven't, I guess, yeah, that makes sense that you wouldn't just tell him straight up, like, I don't like you like that, because that, yeah. If you told him how you feel, do you think he could really understand? Hi, Deb, welcome. I don't know him well enough to, I feel like, yeah, you have, I'm sure you have. Yeah, you've told him indirectly by your actions. But oftentimes when people have a crush on someone, they blind themselves to those cues, you know. Like, we know how we behave when we're attracted to someone, and you're not behaving that way around him, and assuming you don't flirt with him, you don't flirt with him. But that's something that he's likely trying to ignore. Girl, he's likely hoping that in time, and I've seen this happen not just with men, but with women too, I think he's hoping that in time things could grow, especially if the two of you lived together, extended time with one another. Now, if you were to tell him straight how you feel, do I think he would really understand? I really don't know, because I was in a similar situation once, and I did tell him, I adore you as a friend, I think we would live together really well, but I just don't like you that way. Did I tell him? I don't think I ever really told. Yeah, I did. I did tell. I eventually had to tell him directly. and that's what I'm saying is I felt like my actions were showing that I wasn't interested, but when people are interested, they can often blind themselves to that. Now, if you told him directly, one of two things would happen. Either he'll say it's totally cool, I don't like you either, like that, I just want us to live together. But then in the back of his mind he's thinking, in time I think we can grow together. Or he might go, well, I actually really like you and I was hoping this could go somewhere. I think it's going to be, I don't think it'd be that. I think he's going to try to live with you no matter what, because I think that he has some hope that this will work. And I'm seeing this here with the Magician and the Ace of Cups reversed. He believes that, because he's not an insecure guy, he believes that over time you'll see that he's the magician, that essentially that he has a cup of love for you, he has affection for you, he does well. I mean, he's not loaded, but he's stable financially, he's smart, he's a man of action. So he's telling himself that, this is what I believe. I think he's telling himself that over time you'll see that, and that time would be you guys living together. But then underneath we have this Ace of Cups reversed, which is telling me that magician, that magic that I am sure he has, magic doesn't work when it comes to, you can't force someone to love you. You can't force someone to be interested in you romantically. It's just not possible. And I think that's kind of where he's not coming from a place where he's like, I'm going to force her into liking me. Not like that. He's not that kind of a person. He just believes that in time she'll see I'm a good man and something will come of that. But this is where I see like a guy asking you out on a date and you being like, hey, Will, I'm going to be out tonight. And him asking, oh, where are you going? And oh, I'm going, I met this guy, we're going to go on a date, we're going to get food, I should be back around 11 or midnight. I could see him being like, oh, cool, have fun, and then him being like really, really, really upset. Not a danger to you. I don't see him, he's not a danger to you, he's not a threat, he's not going to be dangerous, but I could see him just being very bitter. Now, and I also don't see him acting like a jerk towards you. I see him like just like being very like really believing that in time this will work. So this could work temporarily. I don't mean romantically. We know that you don't like him. But in terms of a living situation, this could work temporarily, because I don't see him harassing you or making you, intentionally trying to make you feel uncomfortable. I see him playing it cool. I see him playing it really cool. But on the inside, something very different going on, feeling very bitter. Then we have this Temperance and this Page of Wands reversed. And this is where I feel like, yeah, he's not going to be, he wouldn't be a bad roommate to you. He wouldn't be mean to you. I do think that it would be a smooth living situation. An equal balance of back and forth, give and take. But with this Page of Wands reversed, I also feel like there's, I want some clarity with this, actually. Yeah. So this Page of Wands reversed is actually him that I'm seeing here, going back to this like self-denial thing. you told me, you mentioned that you feel like you've told him indirectly that you're not interested, and I 100% believe that. He's just not. He's not picking up on those cues. He's not picking up on. It's not even that he's not picking up on it. He's ignoring. He's actively ignoring them, and just hoping. It's called limerence. When someone believes it's a type of magical thinking, where someone clearly is friends with you, that you have romantic feelings for, but that are not reciprocated, yet the person who's in love with the other person still holds on to whatever energy they'll give them, whatever attention they'll give them, with the hopes of that turning into something. Holding on to every word that, like, he will likely hold on to every word that you say and replay it in his mind. You will not be privy to this. Again, I see this guy playing it cool. I see him keeping a cool exterior, but feeling like, yeah, like if you were to go on a date, like I would see him like feeling bitter. Again, not taking it out on you, but just feelings of bitterness. I want some clarity real quick with this Seven of Wands reversed. Yeah, Seven of Wands reverse, denial. Denial indicates denial. Indicates someone's yielding or going back on their beliefs and values. Standing up for what we believe in can sometimes involve losing the validation of others. So I think what he believes is that there would be a future between the two of you, but he's deceiving himself. However, I do want to repeat. I'm not trying to scare you here, love. I do want to repeat. I do see harmony. I do see this being, at least on the surface, harmonious. I don't see him being mean to you. I don't see him being snide with you or passive aggressive even. I see him like just keeping this all inside. So overall, do I think that it would be a good idea for the two of you to live together? I think that it would be functional. I think that it would be functional. I do see two people definitely having a harmonious, like the two of you work well, like living together. Just the only problem that I'm seeing here, obviously, is him having feelings for you that are not reciprocated. But again, I also don't see that outwardly being shown to you. I see him keeping it all inside. I think that this would be a good temporary living situation, like a year, maybe two. You might find another friend, or you might start dating someone who you want to live with in that interim period. But I see this as definitely, as odd as it may sound, this is far more promising than the last reading we did with that young lady. This guy can absolutely afford the apartment. He can stay there. There's no issues there whatsoever. Just the only issue is this crush that he has on you that's not reciprocated. He's not dangerous. I'm not seeing danger. I'm not seeing him acting weirdly towards you, or something where you like where you have to worry about your safety or anything like that. I don't get that vibe at all. But I've been in a similar living situation. I've seen people in similar living situations, and it's almost always it's almost always a woman with a guy who's obsessed with her. But I do know of one female friend who was living with a man who she was convinced would eventually fall in love with her, and he made it very clear he was not. But she was. It's what I'm describing here with Will. This magical thinking where, like, in time it'll develop, but that's just not how love works. We know we like someone immediately most of the time. It doesn't take a year or 2 years for us to realize we like someone. Okay, that's very good to know. I can definitely work with this. He does seem like a sweet guy. Yeah, he does. He does seem like a sweet guy, and we have similar interests and hobbies. Legit. This reading did validate my hopes, but also my worry. He likes me. Yeah, yeah. And it's interesting, yeah, before I even turned the cards, I was like, I wonder if he's gay or straight. Because if he's straight, I can almost guarantee he's got a thing for Monique. Who wouldn't, girl? Who wouldn't? Um, so yeah, no, this looks like a good living situation, and yeah, he is a sweetie pie. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's not gonna be a threat to you at all. You know, I would tell you. Good God, I would absolutely tell you. Yeah, no, he's harmless. He's harmless. Um, so yeah, that is what I'm seeing, love. Thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you, and let me know how things go. Um, yeah, yeah. I hope this works. I really do. As I mentioned, I've been in a similar living situation and it worked. It was fine. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. All right, so the donation queue is once again open. And I will be on for just a little bit longer. So yeah, if you have a question, now would be the time. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Monique. Thank you, love. I love reading for you. Love reading for you. All right, so it is that time of night. It is last call. Last call for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question that you would like me to answer for you, now would be the time to send in your donation. Thank you. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Wendy, how are you doing, girl? Just wanted to validate your past readings. Oh, yeah. The ones I did for you just recently? Or all of them? I just remembered you telling me before that Samuel and I were going to be working on a new project, but you didn't see him working close to me, and you were right. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's not even there, huh? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah. We got a new project, but he never came to my office. Yeah, yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah. That's awesome. And we have buffers between us. Legit, legit. That is what's up. That is what's up. Last call for donations tonight. Last call. Thank you. So he just never came to the US? Oh no, wait, he went to Vegas or something? It didn't make sense then, but it does now. Thank you. You're very welcome, love. You're very welcome. And that happens sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, I'll often do readings and I'll be very surprised, like, yeah, I'll be like, really? But I can't deny it. And then spirit knows all. Spirit knows all. Card don't lie. You're very welcome, love. I hope you're having a good weekend. It's Saturday. He was in Vegas and then went back to Europe. Okay. Okay. Never made it to my office. Gotcha. I'm gonna message you after I go live. I did a reading for myself last night, and it's been disturbing me. It has nothing to do with boys, nothing to do with guys at all. It's actually something I haven't talked too much about on my channel. But anyway, so it looks like everyone is happy and taken care of this evening. Thank you all so very, very, very much, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.